Approval takes us live. It is the Martin Fowler Scrum. It is a Wednesday. We have Sam and Cess. Here we go. So I've mainly been working on private coding project this morning in Node and Electron. Actually making a bit of a breakthrough. I've got all the acceptance tests run if I run them from the debugger in VS Code. So that's nice. And I've been doing a bit of unit testing and making some progress there. So that's quite pleasing. We've also got like weird acceptance test failures in website 1. We're trying to roll out a few things. I guess, we're kind of in the middle of a bit of a DevOps snarl. Mariam's doing lots of great work trying to fix things up there. I've just got a new pull request from her that I'm going to review. Hopefully going to have some new good stuff out from Mariam and Nick and others very soon. Have I got any other sort of blocks that are going on? I guess there's a lot of paid projects to negotiate about, and if I could find other people who'd negotiate them on my behalf, that would be good, but not much we can do about that. Maybe there's the marketing meeting we've got coming up in about 30 minutes, and then we've got the NHS wiki meeting later today. Looking forward to pair programming with Stu on, I think, website 1. That's pretty much my report. How are things going with you, Cess?
Okay, I'm fine. I'm working on 2 tickets on local support. One you reviewed. I'm still implementing the cucumber test. They're giving me a bit of a headache, but I have a pair session with Sigurd. Hopefully I'll be able to sort that out. The other ticket is about the events page, the events show page not showing the location on the map. That's the other ticket that it's pretty much solved. After I get the one with the cucumber test done, I'll make a PR to the other one. Right. That's pretty much my update.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Oh, so lovely to have the fixes in from you on that. Yeah. And I have mixed feelings about, should I even ask for the test, because the you've got this lovely fix that you did for us on the calendar, which was obviously down to a typo. But since it's not yet in production, it's good to get wrap any error that we have in a test. It's not like there are users kind of waiting for this fix. There's some things I've rolled out recently on website 1 where it's kind of been like, okay, someone's actually waiting for this fix. But I think here we've got a bit more time, so no rush there. We've also got Stella. Hello, Stella. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Sam. Hi, Cess.
Hi, Stella.
We've just done our reports. Anything to report or anything blocking you, Stella?
On project, I'm not working on any feature currently, but we were going through Rails API with Federico. We just completed it. So I'll pick an issue to work on. I'm checking around, mostly refactoring, because that's what I want to improve on.
Great stuff. And I noticed, you started. It's a great report, Stella. You started. Was it World Coders for like a pairing framework?
Yeah.
Yeah, I joined that the other day. That looks really interesting.
Yeah. So when we launched during the Rails Girls event, one of our sponsors was Microverse, and they help people become professional developers. So they came up with that idea of World Coders, where every 2 weeks you're paired with someone random and you work on a code challenge of your choice.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
that sounds great. Now, is this a paid or a free Slack instance?
It's free. If people want to join, we can add them to our Slack channel. Right. It's free. Yeah.
Right. But I guess the history will be lost after time in the. Do you know what I mean? Like in the free instance, you get like a limited number of messages and then it starts to disappear.
I
Okay, the Slack channel is from Microverse, so we don't really know if it's a paid version or it's a free one.
Oh, okay. So it might be that they may be paying Slack for it, or they might not be, and they created it for you rather than like you creating it yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, we're working on a not unrelated project called Paranauts, which is all about being able to like instantly find people to be in a pairing session with. It's still like in kind of a beta, but if someone else joins this site, you get dropped directly into a Jitsi where you can start talking with each other. So we're very interested in that kind of, process of getting people connected. I'd be very happy to have these kinds of things hosted on the Agile Ventures Slack if you ever wanted it. If it turns out that there's a limit on what you can do in the World Coder Slack, then by all means, I'd be very happy for you to use the Agile Ventures Slack to organize similar sorts of pairing and coding things.
Oh, that would be great. Then how do you find your pair on
Paranauts? So the way that it works, the idea with Paranauts is that, I mean, I can show you, and again, this is like a very early prototype, but so the idea is that just a bit like a computer game, people just go to the site and you like say, well, I'm ready to pair now, and you just sort of drop in there. So for example, if I click on pair here, and so it says waiting for pair partner. If I go and get another browser, and so if we imagine like another user coming in, and like, so the only one person's on the site at the moment, but so if we imagine now come on, what's up in there? Someone else in a different browser on a different computer comes in, then and they say, oh yeah, I'd like to pair. So they click on it. Then as soon as there's at least two people, it like comes in here and it loads into a a Jitsi meet. So it's a bit like a Hangout, but it basically has there. So you can see here, it automatically drops you into a sort of a pairing environment. Where you can screen share and this, that, and the other.
Nice. And you're building it in what language?
This is being built in Elixir and Phoenix.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's and JavaScript. I mean, it's a very, very simple app at the moment. And we've got the prototype just working there. So like now, if somebody came like in another browser, I might have to move. Let's see. Let's go. Can I do that? I think my computer's locking up under the load of having too many things running simultaneously and too many camera feeds. Oh no! Oh no! I'm trying to turn that one off. But so you imagine that, too many things happening. Hear me? Maybe you can't hear. You can still hear me. There we go. But so a different. If we can I even do this? Let's try. Can I turn you off? I think I'm going to start. But the idea is now that .org, they would not automatically join that session. They would then be waiting for the next pair partner. So basically, every in the future, we imagine lots and lots of people coming to the site, and they each get like paired off into different own pairs. And it doesn't interfere with each other, or you can choose mobbing, and then you kind of end up in mobs of like random groups of people.
Yeah, but maybe you could specify what kind of pair you're looking for.
Absolutely. Yeah. In the future, what we'd love to have is that you can say, oh, I want to do Rails pairing, I want to do Ruby pairing, I want to do Python pairing, or I want to do Elixir pairing, or whatever it is. At the moment, we don't have. Apart from the few of us who know about it, there's nobody coming there. So in the first instance, we just connect people. I mean, it's like, so is this even working here? But turn that off. I've got too many video things running. I was trying to show that the next person who comes along will not end up in the same session. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would love to see ultimately is that you could kind of see an overview of what's being mobbed on, what's being paired on, you know, and you could maybe join, like you could see, oh, here there's a mobbing session on Rails and there's a mobbing session on Django, and you could join those sessions. Or you could see like these are the kinds of things that are being paired on. There's 10 people wanting to pair on Python. There's 3 people wanting to pair on Ruby. Yeah, we'd love to have all of that kind of stuff in the future, but it's still a early prototype. But yeah, there's a, let's see, allow there and get rid of that one. There we go. But we've got there's a Paranauts channel on the let's get rid of this one. There's a Paranauts channel that you can see in our Slack, and all of the code is up here, Agile Ventures Paranauts. And it's one of these things like if we can get enough users, it would then work, and then all sorts of exciting things become possible. At the moment, we're kind of blocked slightly on trying to. So the Jitsi system that it's using is using a shared one. So the performance for screen share is sometimes not very good. So we're trying to set up our own Agile Ventures Jitsi that will have much better performance on the screen sharing.
So you're basically looking for users to test it.
Yes. Yeah, I think like we are. You could certainly try it and give it a go and give us feedback. We kind of know that the main problem is that the screen share doesn't work very, you know, is not as performant as Google Hangouts. So it's not so good for pairing. But yeah, I mean, it depends. For your, I mean, what I really like about what you've got with the world code is you've got the idea of here's a person and you've got 2 weeks to pair with them and you might meet up and so on. The Paranauts is like just like, are you ready to do a little bit of pairing right now? See if there's someone else who's ready to pair. So you could certainly go to paranauts.org and kind of see what's going on. I mean, we know we need to improve. Like it's almost, you know, we kind of tested it ourselves, and it's kind of clear that the performance wasn't good enough. And what we will need clearly is an explanation. Like I just gave you the explanation of how to use it, but at the moment it doesn't really have any kind of explanation. It just says find your pair and then a couple of things. So we need to kind of like explain to people what they're getting into. And I think anyway,
yeah, we'll try it and give you feedback.
Great.
I'll try it.
Yeah. Have a look to see if you can use it with someone. Anyway, one day maybe it'll be really busy and there'll be lots of people. I had this dream of like everybody all around the world pairing and being able to connect, and all, you know, that you should always be able to find somebody to pair with on whatever you want to. Anyway, there we go. That's our Scrum. Great to see both of you. Hope to see you again real soon.
Bye.
Bye for now. Take care.
Bye.
You too.